We've all been there. You have thousands of concrete powder that you want to turn into concrete, but you don't want to do it the traditional way of placing it in water and breaking the concrete. This right behind me is the perfect farm for you. Literally all you have to do is stand here and hold down your right click. Once your concrete gets pushed to the end, come over here, click this button, a piece of TNT will fall onto here, it'll break the concrete, and then it'll automatically put it inside of this chest down below, automating the concrete powder to concrete process. If this interests you, make sure you stick around till the end of the video because this farm is so easy to set up, yet so useful. There are two different ways that we're going to be building this farm. The first way is going to be just regular concrete powder to concrete, and then you go ahead and mine the concrete with a pickaxe. The second way, it turns the concrete powder into your concrete, but then you click a button, TNT falls, and it all gets automatically put inside of a chest. If you look at the timestamps right below this video, you can go ahead and skip to where that second part of the video starts, but it does build off of the first part of the farm, so you're going to want to make sure to watch through for that. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is place down 5 blocks on the ground like that, and then go ahead and break down those 2 blocks and that one right there. Now what you want to do is take a bucket of water and place it inside of that, and it should flow down this hole. Take a redstone torch, place it right there. Take a piston, place it there, and then 2 redstone dusts like that. Now to use the farm, what you want to do is take your concrete powder, place it down there, and you can see it gets turned into concrete by this water. Then every single block that you place down here, it gets pushed by this piston and it all gets turned into this concrete powder. Now what we want to do is make it so the concrete doesn't just get pushed in a line, but it then gets pushed over to this side as well, made into a convenient square, so we can either blow it up with the TNT or mine it a lot easier. Now I'm going to go ahead and break both of those. And what you want to do is decide how many blocks you want to let it push before you actually turn it into the square. For me, I'm going to do 5. So you want to place down all of your pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. You then want to take an observer and you want to place it down at the end there with the redstone dot facing in this direction. Next, you want to take 1 piece of redstone dust and place it right there with a repeater like that. 2 redstone there, 1 repeater there, and 1 repeater just like that. Now what you want to do is take this redstone out 3 and then go ahead, run it all the way down past these pistons. Now every single time a block goes in front of this observer, you can see all of the pistons are going to push out. Now the final thing you're going to want to do for this is go ahead and take a slab, place a temporary block there, and a slab just like that. And this will make it a lot easier to click and hold down the blocks without it accidentally building up. So now all you have to do is look. You can look in a couple different spots. You can look right here, you can look right here, you can look on this redstone torch, whatever you want. Just hold down the button and you're going to see the concrete powder will be turned into concrete. And then once it reaches the end, all of that over there will be pushed. And then of course you can continue to hold down and you see it gets pushed further and further. And you can just hold down all of your concrete powder and you'll see in the top left of the screen there, the concrete keeps getting turned and pushed into this square. And then whenever we are done, sorry, I can't speak right now. Whenever we are done turning our concrete powder into concrete, we can run over here and mine it all to make it super easy and convenient for us. Now, the next part of this video is going to be getting into if you want to make this automatic with some TNT and a collection system. So for this part, what you're going to want to do is come right in line with this block here, and then go from piston to piston and break those blocks, and then a line across like that. So you should have something that looks like this. And then you want to break it 7 more blocks in this direction. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then of course do that for every single block that we have here. So now that we have this area here, this is what is actually going to push the items down into our chest collection system. So I'm actually going to go ahead and block this off for now. And what you want to do is take your 2 buckets of water, place them down just like this, and then take from the infinite water source that you've made and keep placing the water until you have it flowing all the way down to the end here. Now what you want to do is break this final row of blocks like this, and then you're going to want to break down 1 more row of blocks right here. You want to take a bucket of water and place it right there, and then go ahead, break this block right down here, place a chest in there, and then break this block and take a hopper just like that. Now there's 2 different things you can do here. You can either place a sign on top to stop the water from flowing, or what I like to do is just take a piece of glass and place it on top of that chest. So you can still go ahead, open it up and grab your concrete, but at the same time, the items that flow down here and into this will still be able to be picked up by that hopper and go inside of this chest. So now that we have the collection system done, the next thing we need to do is add the dispenser that is going to drop the TNT down and blow up our concrete. But right before we do that, we're going to have to add a stop to make sure that the concrete doesn't go past this water and the TNT will still be in range of it. So to do this, what you want to do is place a temporary block on this row here, and then place one piece of obsidian in front of each one of your pistons. And this is because pistons cannot push obsidian. So like I just mentioned, when you're over here placing down all of your concrete powder, turning into concrete, it'll get pushed, but it will never go past that row of obsidian. The next thing we need to do is actually add the TNT that is going to blow up our concrete. So what you want to do is go 3 blocks from here. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to want to go in the middle. So for me, I have 5 pistons, so you want to count in 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then place one down right there. From here, you're going to want to build up 8 more blocks for a total of 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We now want to place a downward facing dispenser on top of this block. So what you want to do is build up 2 more blocks, place a block somewhere down there so you can stand on it, break the second to the top block, and then place a downward facing dispenser, not sideways. Place a, where did it go? Sorry, place a downward, okay, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to go down a block. All right, there we go. See, it can be a little annoying in survival, but you want to place a downward facing dispenser. There you go. And then you want to load this up with all of your TNT. Geez, that was complicated. All right, you can now go ahead and break some of your temporary blocks for now, but not all of them, because what you want to do is place 1 block to the side like that, and then you want to staircase all the way down to your grass. So just going to do something like this and make a staircase. This staircase is going to have our pieces of redstone on top of it, which is what is actually going to send the signal up and tell the TNT to drop down there. So make a staircase all the way down and then place redstone on top of the blocks. I also recommend breaking these blocks here because the TNT might affect that part of the build. So you can go ahead, break all of these, and then finish that staircase. So you should now have this staircase going down with 1 piece of redstone dust on top of each of the blocks. Now what you want to do is continue this redstone path down and then place a button, honestly wherever you want, just make it somewhere within reach of where we're placing down our concrete powder. Now what you want to do is take a redstone repeater and place it down so when you actually click the button, the TNT is dispensed. But make sure not to click the button with the TNT unless there is concrete powder there, otherwise the TNT is going to fall, it's going to be pushed over there, and then it's going to blow up something which will get quite annoying. Now, to use the farm, what you want to do is, like I mentioned earlier, you want to stand here and hold down either right here, or on this torch right here. Literally all you have to do is hold down your right click or your place block button, and you're going to see the concrete will be pushed, and then it'll eventually reach the obsidian. Now this is the most automated that you can make this farm. The only other way that you can make it more automatic is setting up a system to automatically dispense the TNT. Now one thing that you do want to be careful of, as you can see, the concrete has now reached the obsidian. If you keep placing this down, as you're going to see, the pistons can no longer push the obsidian. So if it gets to this point and you place down 1 more concrete powder, that observer is going to end up getting pushed by this piston and it's going to break the farm. So when you're doing this, make sure you don't do it too far because otherwise every time you're going to have to keep fixing the farm. Now, like I mentioned earlier, all I have to do now is come over here, click this button, a piece of TNT is going to fall, and then you will see it blow up the concrete. All of the concrete will go into the water, and if it doesn't, like you can see here, you can simply take this and extend the water path so the water is wider and it doesn't fall at the sides. But then it'll all be collected and it will go inside of this chest down here. Now I'm actually going to do what I just mentioned because I think it's probably a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and just extend this out here a little bit just to make sure that all of the items are actually able to make it into the chest at the end. So just extend this 1 block here, dig this down, extend this 1 block, and then if you want, you can also do it on the other side. But now, again, all you have to do is hold down the concrete powder, click the button, the TNT comes down, and then all of the drops will go inside of this chest. That's going to be all for today's video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As well, you could download this exact world. It's the first link in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. BlazedMC out.